There's a lot of questions they're bringing up without a lot of answering. They're loading up a lot of questions in the old question gun. They don't seem interested in going answer hunting.
Is that from something, or did you just make that up?
I just made that one up.
That's a good one.
Hardleg and his friends, they're gonna play a lot of games. It's Legsplay.
And welcome back to
Legsplay.
Oh, I messed it up.
It's okay. You said it back. I should have. Oh, great! It's one of these.
Hey,
I did it.
Now strike him. There you go.
Oh, he only takes like 2 damage if you can parry him. It's weird.
Yeah, because it's rewarding you for parrying, which is something it does well if it was to like give you a tutorial telling you, hey, when you parry, you get extra bonus damage or whatever.
It does. The thing is that like the parry, if they like glowed for a second when they parried, or if it was more obvious, like their wind up, but it's kind of like a weird window to parry.
No, I got you, but like if they had explained, like maybe it's because I wasn't there for the beginning.
Yeah, I think the tutorial did like a pretty decent job of explaining it. I just, again, like the other thing is that like the parry button is the attack button.
Oh.
So it's like there's if there was a dedicated button, again like Dark Souls where like you had a wind up or something. Again, we're in here for like 2 seconds and we're already complaining about the mechanics. My apologies.
Well, no, it's not.
Talking about
the mechanics.
Yeah, I think last time we were here, we're gonna spend less time complaining,
more time critiquing,
and more time also looking at this book that I got.
Yeah.
If you didn't see the Nier Automata, it's this
Is
kind
that
of
how you
old.
It? I thought it was Nier Automata.
I don't know. Nier Automatic Tomatoes.
Nier Automatic Tomatoes. There you go.
Now I know what it's like to fight in the Willy Wonka movie. Burp! Burp for your life!
Yes.
Whee! Oh, the sparkles!
Wait, why are they not fire anymore, though?
I don't know.
Huh.
That's a good question.
I liked your holy wrath of fire.
Oh. Oh, yeah, there's 2 different ones I could choose from.
Oh.
And you press them with the trigger, and I forgot.
Okay.
So yeah, I can keep the Holy Wrath of Fire.
That's cool, I like that.
We're good.
I like that you can change your spells. That's cool.
Yeah, they don't seem to do much different other than how they look, but...
That's cool, though, still.
Yeah, they still exist. How am I going? Okay. Die! Alright, I need to buy more pretzels. I know you're here to serve.
Serve me pretzels,
but yes,
bitch.
we're looking back. It's this classic book. It's called Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs, a low culture manifesto by Chuck Klosterman.
That's some name.
Yeah, I believe he's like a journalist in Seattle or something who reviews music mostly. I remember looking up. There was a. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. This is gonna explode in several seconds, and I don't have time to bring it to the right place. It's fine, it'll respawn. They have explosive
bring
fruit.
It somewhere?
Yeah, you can like bring it by doing the spinny do.
Oh.
And it'll blow up these walls.
Ah.
So I need to bring it up here.
Okay.
Yeah, what was I remember I had no idea who he was. I still barely know who he was. But for a while rip. For a while, Aqua Teen Hunger Force had this thing where, like, Carl and another guy would talk about sports.
Oh, yeah?
And they would make, like, just ridiculous, like, absurd sports predictions and stuff about the upcoming games.
Right.
I don't think these hurt you. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least there's that good.
And you got
Mysterious
chicken.
Wall Chicken.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have to make reference to Metroidvania.
Ah. Oh, I get you, because the original Simon...
Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
But yeah, so there was a thing where Carl was like talking with this guy about stuff, and that guy was Chuck Klosterman, like the guy who wrote this book.
Oh.
Like he has appeared in like a little series of things they used to do weekly on Adult Swim in cartoon form alongside Carl.
Interesting.
So he's done some stuff before, but this book, it's mostly like a series of like essays. They're mostly comical, talking about various things. The one I remember is sort of like The Sims, and he has a thing about like when he first plays it, and he thinks it's like all about materialism. And what was it? He's he's like, he doesn't really play many video games. It's like his niece who plays it and gets him into it.
Right.
And then, like, near the end, he realizes that you could make the Sims die, and it never occurred to him. And it, like, makes him look at the game through a whole new like, lens.
Yeah.
Where he's like, this is much more fun. Like, watching, like, I made a little version of myself, and I bought him a great TV, and I felt no satisfaction in it. And then at the end, he's like, but then I removed the door and watched him slowly starve to death, and suddenly I understood. So it's pretty good. But yes, in the middle, he has this 26 questions I ask to everyone I meet before I can decide if I can truly love them. Whoa! I went way up high somewhere.
You did.
I have no idea how that works.
I think there's some wind and maybe some Trollocs or whatever these things are involved.
Yeah. Stuff was happening. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he has these questions. I find the questions very interesting. I like to bring them up. I was just telling... Oh. I guess those do hurt you. Okay, good to know. I like to bring them up from time to time and talk to, like, friends and family and stuff about them. Oh, okay. It's a thing. There we go. Oh, and they get hurt by them, too.
That's
good to
neato,
know.
Burrito.
I'm not sure if they were trying to teach me that lesson, but they did.
They did. You learned a thing without even having to learn it.
Spikes. And yeah, I was telling you, like, some of them, not all that interesting. Some of them have, like, specifically to do with, like, music, or I think they might be a reference to something he did. Like, there's one that I'm not going to read where it's basically, like, you have to choose between, like, the person you love... Or no, what was not the person you love. It's like every song you ever hear sounds like it's sung by Allison James. Like even when you sing in the shower, all you hear is Allison James, lead singer, doing like a cappella. And it's like there's a pill you could take, but to stop it. But in order to take that pill, the person you love gets their leg broken every 4 years. And it's like, would you take this pill? And it's like, I don't know enough about Allison James to say for sure.
I do, and that's tempting. That's a hard one. Like, if you're going for a gruff voice, like, I can go for an Allison Chain song, but to hear it all the time, every time, oh.
Yeah, there might be a little more details, but some of these I find a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
So, like, here's one. Defying all expectations, a group of Scotsman marine biologists capture a live Loch Ness monster. In an almost unbelievable coincidence, a bear hunter in the Pacific Northwest shoots a Sasquatch in the thigh, allowing zoologists to take the monster into captivity. These events happen on the same afternoon. That evening, the president announces he may have thyroid cancer and will undergo a biopsy later this week. You are the editor of the New York Times. What do you put on the front page?
Ooh, the New York Times? Well, my instinct first is that Nessie was found. That confirms so many things for crazy people who still read the newspaper.
Well, they found a Sasquatch, too.
You're right.
They found a Nessie, a Sasquatch, and the president may have cancer.
Well, to be honest...
I guess it depends on who the president is.
Well, no, so what I would say is that the only people who read papers are people who would care about the president, in my opinion. Because, to be honest, this is a little dated, because, like...
Yeah.
Because, like, Facebook would have already had all 3 stories, and I would have digested them already.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but playing the game, if people still read newspapers, and, like...
Assuming people read newspapers.
I would go with the president, because that is a little more pressing on, like, those who are, like, my target audience of the New York Times. And as editor, I'd want to do a good job of capturing that audience's attention. However...
You do make a good point. Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I was like, as amazing as those things are, they don't really have any relevance on anyone's life.
Yeah, like the
if
president...
the president gets cancer, that could affect, like, political situations.
Because, like, the vice president would take over, and then, who knows, you might not agree with everything the vice president says, but the president was, like, the only thing that was keeping that deal afloat.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. So, like, I would say the president story is what I'd run.
You make a forceful argument there.
I try.
Let's see, I don't know if you want to try to read one of these. Because it's hard for me to do this at the same time.
I could try to play while you...
Okay.
But I don't know if you want me to do that. You know what? In fact, I'll read. I'll take the hit and read.
I'll take the hit. Yeah, I was going to offer you the fact, but it's like, I'm almost dying, and health items are kind of slim in this game. So it's like, if you end up using all of them...
Is there one you'd particularly want me to...
Yeah, there was, this one.
8, okay.
Number 8.
You meet the perfect person. Romantically, this person is an ideal.
You might want to lean a little closer to the microphone.
Alright, anyway.
Oh, also, we should mention, you guys in the comments answer these as well. These are questions for you too.
Excellent. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, you meet the perfect person. Romantically, this person is ideal. You find them physically attractive, intellectually stimulating. God, jeez. Consistently funny and deeply compassionate. However, they have one quirk. This individual is obsessed with Jim Henson's gothic puppet fantasy, The Dark Crystal. Beyond watching it on DVD at least once a month, he or she peppers casual conversation with Dark Crystal references, uses Dark Crystal analogies to explain everyday events, and occasionally likes to talk intensely about a film's deeper philosophy. Would this be enough for you to marry this individual? You know what? So, fun story, everyone!
You know someone who loves the Dark Crystal?
My friend Haley loves the goddamn Dark Crystal. Like, and she is a beautiful woman. Like, she is, in this description, it's like, I've met this person, and I gotta say, wouldn't be a deal killer. Wouldn't be, she memes enough that I just, like, it's a quirky meme. It's just, you know, it's part of what she does, but, like, I don't know, man. It depends on, like, only once a month? I can sit down and tolerate a movie once a month. Hell, I tolerate a movie with my dad once a week that I usually don't want to watch.
Yeah, but it's the same movie.
That's fine. It's like once a month. I don't need to deal with that.
I haven't seen the Dark Crystal, so
it's
I
not
don't know.
actually that bad. It's just really weird.
Because the thing about me, like, I have a cousin who's, like, super into the Civil War.
Right.
He works at a Civil War museum. He's like an artist on the side, and he draws, like, portraits of Civil War generals. And like, everything we talk about, like, I'm, like, talking about, like, politics, and he, like, brings it back to Civil War stuff. And I'm talking about, like, ancient Rome, and he brings it into, compares it to Civil War stuff. And I like him, and the Civil War is interesting and everything.
But fuck that.
But it's just, like, it gets kind of annoying after a while. It's like, I'm not even annoying, just like, you know, I'm like, there's more to life. So it's like, ooh, could I imagine marrying someone, spending my entire life with someone who, not even like a 4-year period of history with hundreds of people, but just like, a movie.
A movie. I don't know, man. I've met people like that, and, you know, some people, that's just their thing.
Ooh. I mean, I talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot.
You have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel, though. That's like your thing. It's what you do. It doesn't matter.
I guess in these days, though, I'd expect that person to have a... I don't know, I think if they were good at everything else, you know what, I'm fine.
Yeah.
The chances of me finding anyone that, like, fits my style is, like, so slim. I'm so picky. Like, you know what? I'll take the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a little iffy about it, but if everything else is fine, I can settle with the Dark Crystal.
Having not lived that scenario, but, like, seeing that scenario play out, I can tell you it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. You want me to read number 9 or number 10 next?
1 second. Let me kill this guy. You know what, Joe? I'm just gonna make you edit. Ha ha ha! Take that, future me.
So you wanna...
Go for it.
Alright, so we're back.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so a novel titled Interior Mirror is released to mammoth commercial success, despite middling reviews. However, a curious social trend emerges. Though no one can prove a direct scientific link, it appears that almost 30% of the people who read this book immediately become homosexual. Many of these newfound homosexuals credit the book for helping them reach this conclusion about their orientation, despite the fact that Interior Mirror is obscenely a crime novel with no homoerotic content and was written by a straight man. Would this phenomenon increase or decrease the likelihood of you reading this book? Increase! Like, I gotta know. Like,
I gotta know.
Why does this make people, like, either gay or, like, more confident in their gayness?
It makes them realize they're gay, even though it's a crime novel with no homoerotic subtext whatsoever.
Maybe it's, like, so, like, descriptive in, like, the female victims that it just makes you, like, want to never be around one again. In a sexual way. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, no, but I know that's not how it works. But, like, sorry, I get really intense into that one. That's, like, the only thing I'm like, oh, is he going to get it?
Dong, ding, dong.
But no, like, even though there's no scientific link, I would read it just for curiosity, just to see what happens.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah. Maybe it'll turn me gay, maybe it won't. I'll just let fate decide.
I'll let fate decide. I mean, it's not like it would. It's not like it can like make you gay if you're not. Like,
right, exactly.
It would just make you realize what you always knew all along.
Exactly. So like, there's no harm, no foul in reading the book.
I don't know. To me, I would be less interested in reading it, mostly just because I'm not interested in like crime novels.
Right.
But I would totally watch like anyone on YouTube doing like a breakdown, trying to analyze it. Like, interior mirror, gay masterpiece, question mark?
Gay masterpiece, and I'd be like, hells yeah, I'm about it.
I was like, I want to see what people think about it. I want to see what... I want to see, you know what, I'm not interested in, like, right-wing channels, but I want to know how they... what they say about it.
It would be like Alex Jones, where he's like, stop reading the mirror! It's turning people gay!
It's turning the...
It's turning the frogs gay.
Interior mirror, the movie will turn you gay.
Yeah, like,
it's clearly part of a conspiracy.
By the liberal left.
The liberal left. Buy my paste, it keeps it keeps it away. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get up there fast enough.
I know, it's like 3-second window.
Yeah, we're good. I don't need keys.
But no, as my best friend is like, my best friend Luis is like, you know, straight up gay, like gayest man you'll ever meet, and like. So, like, super gay, but like in the best way possible, and I really do mean that. But like, it's, you know, it's if this book would have been the reason he was comfortable enough to be the person that he is, then I would be all for this book, because it would make, you know, it makes people happier when they are being true to themselves.
Oh hey,
it's the Lady of the Lake.
I guess some sort of.
Who are you?
Ah, she talks with her back.
Dust, and this is Fidget. We came from Mudpot seeking the one they call the Lady. Their springs have dried up, and I'm
Did you just assume my gender?
You would dare enter my domain.
Oh, well.
Me. Yes, the waters have stopped flowing. I was the one to stop them.
Oh, I've sensed a boss fight. Good luck, bud.
I do not believe she's used to being spoken to so casually.
How come she has floaty things by her head?
No disrespect.
I am Lady Tethys, and you will refer to me as such, with the courtesy reserved for all powerful beings.
I am green jello, and you will treat me as such.
Lady Tethys, the Mudpots need your help. One of them is already close to death, but your healing
You, a surface dweller, would dare to question
Hey, how do you know I'm
mission?
from the surface?
Who do you think you are, ordering me to release...
I would question the motives of any creature, deity or not, that would let their subjects perish without reason.
Are they... potatoes are not my subjects, they're my food.
Waters ebb and flow through your land, surface dweller. I see this water satisfying the thirst of a creature much like yourself. A killer with a broken
Bad people are drinking my water, so no one can have it.
Like me? You mean...
He leads a great army across these lands.
Oh yeah, there's something about an army and stuff. They mentioned it briefly. I don't really know what's going on.
I'm gonna get back to the questions.
Their armies.
I stopped the water.
They can't fight if they die.
But you are punishing innocents and guilty alike. Your own followers in Mudpot will die without...
And also the surface still has oceans and shit.
Are required to save this world. That is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Save what world? Why do you care about the surface dwellers? You're down here.
Family, a village. Their deaths, same as yours, are insignificant to the greater good.
I have no
I
mouth.
sense a terrible danger, Dust.
I have seen where your path ends, Lady Tethys.
Did I get...
And I will not let you succumb to the same fate. Too many innocents
Did they
have
attack
died
me?
already thanks to Gaius' campaign.
So surface dweller.
What?
If you would raise your sword against me,
I guess I'm
then
raising
prepare
my
to
sword
have
against
your
her.
accursed soul ripped from your body and purged in these holy waters.
I could do that effect too if I want. Ow. Ow. We gotta fight water with fire, Fidget.
Do we though? Or are we gonna do? I think we should do the sploogey shit.
The sploogey shit it is! Ow. There's spikes everywhere and lightning.
You're gonna die, mate. This isn't looking great.
No, she's kind of like chain blocking me into the...
Yeah.
Quick! Devour the pretzels!
Well, that's working, kind of.
Whee! Whee! Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm a cat.
Uh-oh.
I'm a ninja cat. That's
Oh, is that what he was saying? A ninja cat?
No.
I thought it was a kitty cat.
Yeah, it's a kitty cat, but I
Okay.
changed it to be relevant to this because he's a ninja
okay.
cat. Come on, man. I was trying to be funny.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if maybe I just misheard it the whole time. Yep, that's definitely the best move.
Yeah.
Ha! Take that.
Oh, wow. That did a shit ton of damage, actually. Don't go down
I've
there.
almost eaten all my pretzels.
Mom told me about this. I won't be able to eat my dinner.
Ma told me there'd be a day that would come when I couldn't eat my pretzels.
I don't know. It appears you guys are pretty evenly matched in level of stupidity.
Yeah.
As far as cheap combos, I think your combo's a little cheaper.
I don't know.
I don't know. She is
won't
floating
fall
in the
into
air.
the
Yeah.
spikes.
She won't. Yeah, she's also not falling in air like she needs to. Eat the chicken.
Eat the chicken. 1 health. Okay. Achievement unlocked. Kill the water god.
That seems like it had pretty negative connotations, but cool.
Now unlock the water.
What
Like
have you
I
done?
can't. I'm dead.
Knock some sense into you, I hope.
I'm
I can
dead.
feel the darkness slipping from her soul dust. We have done it.
Oh no, we knocked the darkness out of her.
Oh, good, because that was clear from the start. that she
Release
was
the
dark.
waters now.
You were doing the right thing by holding back.
Oh, the waters, yes. I only hope it's not too late.
Oh, I thought she was actually like trying to make a point from like
Yeah.
a god perspective and everything, but
Yeah.
no, it was the
Already I can
darkness.
feel his army's footsteps.
Awkward.
We gotta hurry. Ginger was on her way there too.
I forget who
Before you
Ginger
go,
is.
Perhaps I can repay you for freeing me of my madness. At the base of the northern mountains, there is a grand estate. The Baron of these... He knew your
Can you give me
general,
some food?
And if you help him, he will be willing to assist you in your quest to end Gaius'
Okay. And the game froze. Fantastic! I'm like, we must hurry back. And they're like, the game tried to go too fast. They're like, you're hurrying too fast, kid. You can't hurry like that.
You can't do that. My heart's gonna go plus look.
Okay, well, give me a second. The audio's still capturing. We're fine. We're fine. We'll be right back. Yep, it looks like I gotta fight her again, but that's fine. Now we can just skip through everything and go to the next question.
Okay.
Because she's just like right down here, I believe. It's weird, it got really dark and then it got light again. What's our time? My phone is absolutely filthy. Okay, what was, let me see the next one real quick here.
Who are you?
Okay, that one's not interesting.
And this is
That
Fidget.
one's not really
We came from
interesting.
mud pots seeking
There we
the
go,
one
number
they call-
12. Let's try number 12 here.
Okay.
I meant no.
You meet a wizard in downtown Chicago. All right, already interested.
I'm already interested in this one.
Already prepped. The wizard tells you he can make you more attractive if you pay him money. When you ask how this is how this process works, the wizard points at a random person on the street. You look at this random stranger, and the wizard says, "I will now make them $1 more attractive." He waves his wand and ostensibly? Is that the word?
I'm gonna look at
ostensibly?
that. Yeah. Ostensibly, this person does not change at all. As far as you can tell, nothing is different, but somehow this person is suddenly more appealing. The tangible difference is invisible to the naked eye, but you can't deny that this person is vaguely sexier. $1 sexier.
This wizard has a weird rule, though. You can only pay him once. You can't keep giving him money until you're satisfied. You can only pay him one lump sum up front. How much cash do you give the wizard?
You can pay him once, and he'll make you that much more attractive, but only once.
I only got tree fitty on me, wizard. No. To be honest, I wouldn't pay the wizard.
I could do this on my own.
I believe that truly and wholeheartedly. But, like...
Some of us aren't as born as lucky as you are.
I don't know, like, I feel like from the way he talks, though, it wouldn't be hurt my game at all.
Yeah.
It would only benefit me to have this happen. So, I don't know, $5. Since $1 did seem to make you curious.
$1 did make you noticeably better.
Yeah.
Also, somehow I did worse this time.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't understand.
You get your ass handed to you a little bit.
Maybe I do need to get closer to her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to dodge roll, but I keep getting, like, spawn camped. Yep. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna... We're just gonna try it again. Ashes to ashes.
What about you? How much monies would you give the wizard?
I guess it depends how much I had on me, but assuming I had, like, access to all my money, I'd probably give him, like, a couple hundred... Oh, that's why I didn't buy pretzels beforehand.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah. All the pretzels. I was like, I ran out of pretzels so much faster, and it's like, oh, yeah. But yeah, probably, like, $100, like, a decent number, but...
Okay, like a solid number.
Like a solid number, but I'm not going to be wasting, like, thousands of dollars or whatever.
Like, make me the most attractive person that ever could be.
But I'm like, I want a significant advantage. I'm weird and gross and kind of hairy. I need all the help I can get. It wouldn't be the worst $100 I've ever spent.
You know, I respect that. Let's see.
And I don't have time to look at the other ones at the moment because I'm fighting a water wizard.
That's terrible.
I'm fighting the guy.
Number 13 is just like the awkwardest awkward fest that ever awkward and awkward fest.
1 second, I'm dying.
Yeah. I can read the question, it's just, you know, not a very good question.
Yeah, some of them are kind of weird and awkward.
Yeah.
One.
It's just like basically like a banquet of your former lovers.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what do you talk about? I'm like, I don't want to talk to any of them. From what I remember, several of them still want to kill me.
Yeah, it's basically you're hosting a banquet of only everyone you've ever slept with.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got this book, I was like, none of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely about none of them. So I'm not about it.
Yeah, but I guess it's like if you had to, what would you talk about?
Yeah, I guess if I had to, I'd just be like, that Drew guy, he's a real asshole, I guess, right?
We all now know why we're here. Yeah. Actually, the question doesn't make it specific, so I don't know why we're all here.
Yeah, like, why are you choosing to associate with me again?
Oh, right. I was just having a banquet of all the people.
What have you done?
Oh, yes. Okay, this one's one of the best ones. 14.
14? Alright, good.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash. I'm going to pick the other option and try to elaborate, and hopefully it doesn't crash.
Before you go, he knew your general, and
how do you...
Because I am attuned to the life thread, my dear.
Ah, the life thread.
Life through the waters
I can
sent
feel the
himself.
despair that the surface dwellers.
Not my general.
Perhaps not now, but I can see you were once very close
Oh,
to his
he knows the bad guy or something.
See into
Your soul is fragmented, like a shattered mirror.
Of course it is. Did you lose the page?
No.
Did you get distracted by the shattered mirror?
How
No.
a little creature could carry such a shadow.
She's right, Dust. If we're going to speak to this...
apologies.
Yeah, let's
later.
get going.
I can feel it now.
Okay.
We've no time to.
Yes, of course.
Oh, there's the shortcut.
I hope so.
And then we've got to see if the, whatchamacallit. The-
Dust to dust. Oh, that's terrible.
That's the name of the quest.
Oh, please be a double jump.
Fidget has a new projectile.
Oh, it's lightning. You
Oh.
can shoot lightning now.
Oh, but it costs a lot.
It
Interesting.
probably disrupts that shit.
And Dust died.
Oh. Or fast traveled.
One or the other. Where am I? I haven't the slightest idea.
Oh, you got a sheep, though.
Oh, okay. I got him. A gappy sheep. Can I bring this off stage? Exit stage right.
Oh my god, I just read the question. This is
A
amazing.
final part.
That'll help.
I could literally talk about this for hours. Alright, viewers.
1 second. First,
All right.
let's give it to let's kill Pappy's dad or whatever. You mean save him?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I'd love is if Dust was literally that unambivalent about everything.
We came back as soon as we
We've
could.
come back to kill your dad or save him or whatever.
Whatever you paid me to do.
Once the water started flowing again, she brought it
Okay,
right in
so
for
here's
him.
the question.
Oh, look, here she
Do you
comes
want to guess,
now.
does the dad have a
They're here.
southern accent?
I
I'm
told
going
you
to
I'd
say
get the water
yes.
running
I'm gonna
again.
bet $5 that he does not. There's Ma.
Bobo, darling, please come inside.
Mama,
Is he dead?
Is he dead regardless?
He held on as long as he could.
What?
We weren't fast enough.
oh no! Just got the water running again.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You can't make me feel dramatic about a potato named Boppo. Or Bopo.
And when he
Maybe if it was Boppo. But this is, we now return to the soap opera of the potato people.
Failed, Fidget.
We failed.
Not fast enough. Damn it! We weren't fast enough.
Oh,
Wow.
not Boppo's dad.
Because we had such a connection.
Master, let's
It's,
give
if the
him a
game
moment
didn't
of-
freeze, we would have had time. Well, I guess we'll never know what kind of accent he had.
If this.
Don't understand.
Fidget, it's like what Bopo's mother said. When the life thread calls for you, you must go.
That's
You
just how it
expect to
is.
pass.
This is how it is.
For all you know, his dad was a child molester. Maybe he deserved to die. It's
Excuse me,
fine.
Zara. Did you know?
If I told you before, would you still have tried to save him?
Oh, the sword already knew he was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
die.
Water supply. I would have.
And it doesn't matter what I knew. And it is why there is hope for you yet, Dust.
I know when everyone's gonna die.
Why is it that
You're
every
gonna
time-
die in a few moments,
Not the
kid.
time nor the place.
And just what is the perfect time and
Who
place?
am I? Why am I here?
Please.
Yeah, I hate all of you.
I'm
You can't make me feel
sorry.
for your characters.
Ugh.
About who you
Buzz,
Why
can I
here,
read the
Fidget?
question about Garfield?
Dust,
He has hated Mondays for millions of years.
but you
One second, I at least gotta kind of get an idea of what's
have a choice.
I love that joke so much.
That's why there's a
The
potato
potato
graveyard,
graveyard.
so they can have this scene. We have to go to a potato funeral. Why is there a potato funeral?
Who have come and gone, who were.
I tell you what, he was the dangest dart I ever knew. I
This is
remember.
so tragically stupid.
Goodbye, Pa. I'll miss you.
I miss Bopo.
Dust. Without
You meant everything to me, Bopo. I remember that time I saw you in bed, and I was like, we shouldn't talk to him. We'll talk to him later when he's good. And the sword was like, yeah, that'll be fine. And then the sword lied to me.
Strong like you.
You're a good kid, Bopo.
Will you be
think
my
your
dad,
father would be
Dust?
proud.
Oh,
I
no.
think so, too.
No.
And then I just...
Sorry, Bopo, but
You'll come back though, right? You gotta
No.
make sure.
Hell nah.
I can't.
Mm,
I promise.
I can't come back. I promise.
Are you okay?
I'm back.
That just does.
What is it?
Well, I wish I could give him.
Oh, you got a quest for me.
Of course, Bopo.
Thank you. Honestly, Dust.
This is important.
So I gotta bring some snow here. Cause kids are dumb, and that's just what they want. Alright? Okay, go ahead and read your Garfield question.
Thank you. No, God.
I think so, yes.
Yes, I know of the place she's...
The Sorrowing Meadow? Is that somewhere between Blood Death Gulch and
Oh, I love
Endless
Blood
Green
Death
Hill?
Gulch.
It was not always called that.
Of course it
Well,
wasn't.
that's-
Alright. Let's get to the surface. Okay.
Okay, for reasons that cannot be explained, cats suddenly read at a 12th grade level, which is my favorite part of the goddamn question.
I'm sorry. It's just like, we just got out of the potato funeral, and it's like, okay. For some reason, cats can read at a 12th grade level. Go from there.
They can't.
I'm gonna see if I can get the rest of the goats while I'm here.
Hey, can I finish?
Yeah.
They can't. Sorry. They can't talk and they can't write. Then what's the point? But they can read silently and understand the text. Many cats love this new skill because they now have something to do with all day while they lay around the house. However, a few cats become depressed because reading forces them to realize the limitations of their existence, not to mention the utter frustration of being unable to express themselves. Here's where it gets good. This being the case, do you think the average cat would enjoy Garfield, or would cats find this cartoon to be an insulting caricature? I, for one, think that cats find Garfield racist.
I just love that. They're like, some cats feel trapped, unable to express themselves. Others enjoy the new freedom. What do you think they would think of Garfield? I don't even like Garfield. I don't think other cats would like Garfield. But that's the true question. What do cats think about Garfield? Oh, I can combine all my powers. 100-point combo.
Sorry, alright, so I'm answering a text, which is unprofessional, but this is very important. Me and my dad are super into Game of Thrones, and my dad is, we've been arguing about this theory for a long time, and I think he finally just got...
He understood where you're coming from?
Yeah. Yeah, ha! He's wrong! He finally admitted it! That's important to me! Alright, sorry, let's get back to entertaining these people.
Okay.
Okay.
1 second. Ultimate power! Ultimate power!
Just wish it wasn't coming from a stupid bat cat.
A bat cat. I forget what they actually said she was called.
Yeah, some kind of thing. Alright, but you gotta answer. You gotta talk with me about Garfield and how it's insulting to cats. Like, would Rocco find Garfield insulting, or would he be like, "Get Garfield, I want to hang out with him"?
I think, like, I guess it depends what era of Garfield you're talking about necessarily. It sounds weird to say, but it's like, you know, at this point, Garfield's not, like, defined by being a lazy cat. I'm pretty sure he does, like, non-cat things all the time. If anything, I might resent the fact that, like, well, I don't know, like him, John can't understand him entirely.
Right.
But he kind of can. And he seems to understand John. My question, I'd be more interested to see whether or not they thought Odie deserved it.
You know, that's a good question. Like, do they agree that dogs are just really awful shitheads? Like, are they just, like, playing dumb to master? Or do they, like, legitimately just kind of hate dogs? Or are they, like, sympathetic to, like, oh, our fellow canine friends. They're too sweet to understand their stupidity.
Why does Garfield so me?
Yeah.
Again, the heart of America, like... Yeah. Garfield just beats up Odie all day, just straight abuses him, and John is perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
That poor dog. Let's go back to fire, shall we?
This is the most amazing talk I've had in a long time.
Here's another question.
Okay.
Same question, but what do dogs think about Marmaduke?
I think they admire Marmaduke.
Really? I think Marmaduke's whole thing is that, like, he's big and dumb and always gets in the way, and his, like, big dumbness causes troubles.
No, I mean, he gets pies off the top counter. He gets all the food that they want to get.
He is the trickster. He's the Loki to the gods.
Yeah, he's the Loki.
He's the trickster god who always succeeds at what he wants.
Exactly. He's like the guy who gets things, and like dogs want that. They want to get the food.
They want to get the yum yums.
Yeah, they want to get the stuff, and so a dog that's successful is like a hero. It's like an icon. It's like Jordan. Like he can dunk, so other kids want to dunk like Jordan.
I want to be like Mike.
Yeah, right?
Wrong Mike. Wrong Mike.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the Marmaduke movie, by the way?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I prefer not to.
I assume you'd have to be a kid, like, to
I could have
seen
lived my whole life knowing there wasn't a Marmaduke movie.
Oh, you didn't know there was a Marmaduke?
No, I didn't.
I remember seeing the trailers and being like, why? What's next? Archie? And then that one...
And then the Riverdale showed up?
Riverdale showed up, and I'm like, so it begins, the great shitstorm of our time. Hey. Alright, here, let me see this.
Number 16 is about cancer.
Give me a second.
The cancer crane.
Okay, we're back. We're back from the past. Samurai Jack. Oh, and you're starting the timer. Thank you.
I'm trying to. I don't know how your phone works.
The sidebar.
Oh,
and then
cool.
Play.
Alright,
okay.
cool. Thank you.
I only took like 1,000,000 damage. It's fine.
Alright, cool. Alright. Alright, folks, next question.
Next question. In our continuing line of doing questions.
Yes.
Although, probably the last one for this episode.
Yes.
But we can get more next time.
Exactly.
You guys hopefully don't mind this. In between the potato funeral, we can have some questions. A little bit of levity.
Why'd you have to remind me about the potato funeral? That was...
Because that's pretty much what the episode is going to be called. I was going to call it like Sex, Drug, and Cocoa Puffs, but now it's the potato funeral.
Now it's potato funeral, which is so much ambiguously better. Hit him. There you go.
There we go.
I was worried you weren't going to hit him. Alright. You have a brain tumor. Though there is no discomfort at the moment, this tumor would would unquestionably kill you in 6 months. However, your life can and will be saved by an operation. The only downside is that there will be a brutal incision in your frontal lobe. After the surgery, you will be significantly less intelligent. You will still be fully functioning adult, but you'll have it will be less logical, you will have a terrible memory, and you'll have a little ability to understand complex concepts or difficult ideas. The surgery generally is in 2 weeks. How would you spend your next 14 days?
So, like, you can still live your normal life, but you're just going to be severely less intelligent. What do you do for the next 2 weeks before you get flowers for Algernon? For lack of a better term.
Interesting. I guess do as many things that intellectually stimulate me as possible, since I wouldn't be able to enjoy them the same way. Although, to be honest, like, shows wouldn't work because all I watch is, like, Family Guy and American Dad religiously now.
I think I've already had that surgery and I didn't even know.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, when you read the description, I was like, I don't know, I do half of those things that they said, and I'm considering myself pretty intelligent, so... But yeah, I would probably, maybe try reading a book again.
Just read a book. Just for last time.
Honestly, like, the question is so weird to me because, like, ambiguously, how do you cope with that concept?
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing, is like, you could do something and then they said you have a bad memory, so you probably wouldn't even remember it.
Yeah, so, like, what's the point of doing anything or spending these 2 weeks contemplating anything if you won't be able to fully comprehend what you're truly losing?
What I would say is, like, I would, like, maybe write down all my story ideas and make sure I have them, like, fleshed out.
That's
so
not
that
a bad
maybe
idea.
someone else could, like, make them. before the surgery. Although, I don't know. I guess I'd have to see, like, someone with that. But I'm like, if I can't think, there's pretty much nothing left to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to get real dark on this episode. Not like,
I think I'd rather just die from the tumor.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to get, like, potato funeral dark, but, like, I think I'd rather die. I think I'd rather die than be, like, way stupider.
Because the thing, I could understand, like, depending on how old you are, how much money you have, or, like, what kind of job you're in, like, it might not really matter.
Right.
But it's like, I don't
think I could... For a creative or an entertainer.
Yeah, I don't think I could do my job the way I want without being able to, like, be really good at logical thought and such. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know what I would do. I don't know how I would pay off that bill at this point in my life. Maybe if I was, like, 60, like, I could see there'd be a much different answer where it's like, okay, I've already made some successful media franchises or I've already written my books and now I maybe have one left that I might want to mark. Maybe I have a family to take care of or something.
Right, but like right
me
now,
at the moment,
I can't say. I'd say like just put one in the head and call it a good day.
I just wait for the tumor.
Yeah, so dark, depressing answer is we would both rather die than be less intelligent.
At least at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment.
Sorry, dumb people. We'd rather die than be you.
Wow, see, I was trying to not sound pretentious, but congratulations.
Yeah, but only because we had to come. Only because we had to come from one to the other. Like, if we were born that way, I would have found something.
Yeah, exactly. There was some way to enjoy that.
It's not that dumb people can't have like long, fulfilling lives. It's just that like I've based my life around not doing things, or around doing things that I can't do if I'm dumber.
Right.
Or at least I can't do well.
Yeah.
How am I going to succeed at Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm gonna think MST negates and people are gonna be laughing at me. This is gonna be terrible. All right. Well, I think that's enough for this. Yeah, we're gonna call it for this episode. Especially since I think I completely missed all the sheep and I'm just like going back. So I'm gonna make my way back to that village. Oh God, everything respawned. Just what I always hated. At least I'm getting good at that. But yeah, next time we'll just be back. We'll make progress.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
If progress can be made in this game.
It can. We just need to go to the surface.
We did that like twice in this episode.
Well, now we can get to the surface and actually continue because we can go to the blood whatever mountains.
Oh yeah, the blood crypt.
The blood crypt,
or whatever.
The mountains of sorrow and unfortunate.
The mountains of we tried to sound super metal, but don't know really what metal sounds like.
The mountains of potato funeral.
Seriously, there was a goddamn funeral for a potato.
A potato we didn't meet.
And
then they're gonna put a crying child and be like, "Feel for the potato,"
and we're like,
"Feel for his plight with his potato blight."
And like Dust was like also like, damn, if I had only been faster. Like he had no connection to these people. There was no real stakes for Dust to do any of this. If anything, he should be more guilty about beating up a goddamn deity without really any justifiable cause.
Yeah, I mean it's not even his fault either way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I mean that's always a cliche of people who like feel sorrow for the like not being able to protect people. I understand that. Oh, hey, I found another thing.
Hey, you found a chest.
But it's like, when someone just shows up and is like, hey, can you do this thing? And you run as fast as you can, and it's not enough. It's like, well, I did all I could.
Yeah, I did all I could. I'm sorry.
Don't beat yourself up over it, though. Anyway.
Anyway, this is a long way of saying goodbye. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Comment in the comments if you comment in the comments. Comment in the comments if you comment in the comments. If you like these guys, please subscribe. Comments.